Something that's apparently very important.
No, there's no butt on the patty.
I don't know.
It's obvious.
It seems like it's really important to him that he be right about this.
Yeah, when I make, if I make beans and weenies, butts are out.
Oh yeah? Just, not even in the garbage, out the window.
Yeah, there's no butts.
I don't want that in my house.
Alright, thanks.
No sweat.
I don't know if you guys remember or not, I came in here on Friday mentioning a fundraiser for my cat.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you guys an update.
Please do.
Yeah. So we did raise a couple $100 for him, and I want to thank everyone who did donate.
Hey.
And if it was okay with you, if I could mention it again?
Do it.
Perfect. Alright, so he is still doing okay. I did get a phone call from the vet, and they're still making us pay a lot of money for any other procedures. So I can give everyone the website again. It is tinyurl.com-MEANIE fund. And there is a button in there to share it on Facebook or Twitter so you can get the word out there. And if you can give, that's fantastic. Every dollar counts. If not, please just share the word. He is sick and no one knows the answer. So I appreciate it if anybody can just share it.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope that your cat is okay.
Thank you.
We have a well-kept beard, man.
Oh, you remembered.
Of course, how could I forget that beard? What's up?
Well, I wanted to ask you a question. I like reading Trenches a lot. Mostly because I feel that the content, specifically in the material that's posted by the readers, can translate over to any sort of field, especially in the corporate world in particular.
They're gruesome work stories.
And
we've all had bad jobs.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all true too. But one thing I wanted to see if I can procure from you is possibly a tale from the trenches of two cartoonists such as yourselves that would be able to,
From our job as a cartoonist or from our shitty jobs before cartooning?
Oh, whichever would be more appropriate. I guess as cartoonists.
I've never had really anything bad. I love my job. I play video games and draw cartoons all day with my best friend. And Jerry's there too, usually. But I mean, I worked at a Circuit City and at Toys R Us. Yeah, Toys R Us during Christmas season is about the worst thing. I never worked food service.
Do you see that faraway look in his eyes?
The thousand-tile stare.
Christmas Eve, you're open until midnight. People are coming in expecting Tickle Me Elmos that have been sold out for 3-4 months. Tamagotchis, I saw women literally fight each other in the aisle over Tamagotchis. The Star Wars collectors who would come in and hide all of the Star Wars figures from the rack so that it would look like it was empty and you had to restock so that they could get the one figure that came out of the box. People yelling at you to pull toys out of your asshole. It really happened. Oh, I need to stop.
Yeah, alright, well thank you very much, I appreciate it. Maybe, maybe a forum page could be started for cartoonists to share their griefs and successes as well.
Sure. Yeah, we had an idea for a comic strip, remember? Retails?
Oh yeah, that was always going to be our second comic strip. Retails.
Yeah, man, I think anyone who has worked retail probably knows what we're talking about. There's some good stories there. Customers are weird.
It's a proven format.
Alright, well thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh, my turn.
Yes, please.
I just want to throw out a suggestion. You guys keep mentioning the Kickstarters.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up around a lot of religion, and I knew how they used to handle that back in the day. I just
tithe?
Yeah, that's just how the middleman right here.
The arcade tithe.
Put out a bucket on the stage and say,
"Don't give Robert any ideas." He's like, wait a second, will they actually do that?
No, we would need an organist, I think, if we really wanted to pull off that motif. We could get one.
Okay, and I actually can't remember my other questions, so...
Oh, that's alright.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Hi, this is my first PAX, and It is amazing.
Oh, great.
When I was just a little kid, and I went to computer shows, as they were then called, the word game wasn't involved. It was just little nerdy guys, men with beards, and Jeff Minter. And to come and see all of this where everybody is here, where there are no barriers to entry, or at least the barriers that we thought were there are coming down, it's just great. People who say we don't want girls in gaming have obviously never tried to get a date at a computer show. And I don't have any questions. I wanted to ask about PAX Europe, but that's already been covered. So I just wanted to share with you my favourite word, because I know you love a good word.
Oh wow, drop it.
And this is a real word. It's a lovely old English word. Spanghew. S-P-A-N-G-H-E-W.
Spanghew?
To fling into the air, especially in a seesaw game using a plank, originally from a practice of torturing frogs using a stick.
Wow. I just want that guy to read me more definitions. Holy cow.
I just want to sit on the edge of the stage.
Make a panel. I will come to that panel.
What's up, guys? A lot of you may remember me as the guy who asked a tough question last year. Duck-sized horses or one giant horse-sized duck?
Yeah.
The real stuff.
The real stuff.
Finally.
So I'm here to give you more of the same, since no one seems to step up to the plate. So the first one's kind of weak, but the second one's gonna make you think.
It's a warm-up.
Okay.
The first one, would you rather look like Jar Jar Binks or sound like Jar Jar Binks?
I would say sound like.
I can actually feel gears grinding in my mind.
Because then you can still go out and just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, but what about sexy times with the wife?
You talk during sexy times? Teach me.
It's possible, I guess.
Okay.
Seriously. Do you talk during sexy times?
Yeah. Sometimes I have questions. You know, I'm curious about stuff.
We can talk afterward.
Yeah. All right, so sequel.
Sequel, all right. You guys ready for this? Would you rather change gender every time you sneeze? Or not be able to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby?
Bagel? A baby.
A baby. So just to clarify, the muffin and the baby thing?
Okay, I thought you said muffin and a bagel, and I'm like, I'm gonna go for that one. That doesn't sound so bad.
I would have to go with the muffin one. I have this thing where I can't just sneeze once. Like if
I've seen it.
If I sneeze 10 times.
So
That sounds terrifying.
It's some Ranma shit, like it's real.
Yeah. You eat a couple babies, I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second, can I tell the difference between the taste? Like, as soon as I bite into the baby, do I stop, or do I think, this is a great muffin, and I just eat the whole baby?
When somebody pulls a rack of muffins out of the oven, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. Ooh, I can't tell if this is a baby or a muffin. It's like 24-pack of muffin, like babies. You know?
Oh, well, yeah, that would be fine. I mean, I would just make a rule that's like, don't eat muffins or babies.
That's a good strategy.
Problem solved.
And yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot for a great PAX. See you guys
Thank
next
you.
time.
So I have a question for Mike and a request from Jerry and $1 for the tithe.
We don't have that.
I can take your dollar,
That's not
man.
real. All right.
Sure.
No, but no, wait. All right, so ask him.
All right, so Jerry's, working on press biz. He's breaking faces. He's taking names. He's dating monsters. And I was wondering, what does Mike have in the hopper? We saw the Zelda episode, Penny Arcade Presents. What projects are you working on solo?
Thornwatch is mine. Like, I'm doing a lot of work on Thornwatch. Beyond that, the Penny Arcade pins, I'm not working on them solo, but I'm working on them without Jerry. So that's the whole Penny Arcade thing is really the designers and then Brian, our merchandise manager. So that's something that, especially now after PAX and seeing how awesome it was, I've got like a million pin ideas I have to go back and start drawing.
Awesome, and my request is, I asked you this after the press biz panel, I've got it on my phone. Can you read the quartet for the Dusk of Man?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm not sure what kind of audience there is for this, but
This is the poem that Jerry wrote for the Rain Slick games.
it's true. 4 gods wait on the windowsill where once 8 gods did war and will. And if the gods themselves may die, what does that say for you and I? Now 3 gods wait on the windowsill where 1 god's blood was lately spilled, while black tongues lap at the spreading pool and build the strength they need to rule. When 2 gods wait on the windowsill, the wick of the world is burning still, but when 1 god in triumph shouts, the candle of the world goes out. And when that candle bare and white sheds at last its dancing light, then we will rouse with raised rod to storm the very house of God.
So I'm a big fan of Patrick Rothfuss, and that guy actually took part of my question, so it's okay. I was going to say that since the quartet has 4 parts, or 5 parts actually, and it was mentioned in the precipice panel that there were going to be 4 games. Is that some sort of bizarre hint? That was one part. The second part was that I was going to ask a question about if there are any games that you have seen that you have said, yes, that can stop there. We don't need any more of that. It's good, but just leave it. Don't touch it.
Just leave it be?
Yeah, and the last part was that we've got an attendee with my group that is her first time here. It's our first con
Welcome.
ever. Yeah,
Welcome.
she's right over there. I could give a quick shout out to all first PAX attendees, and her name is Shannon in particular.
Hello,
She's
Shannon.
over there. Yeah.
Hi.
Shannon and others.
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
I didn't want to not include it. But yeah, so that was the game question and the missing part versus the game.
Yes, there's 3, and no one understood why a 3-verse poem was called a quartet.
That's what.
So it's actually
I was
4.
one off. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. As far as what kind of features and functions have we seen and been like, this is good, we got it. This is
Are we
basically
saying
been
this
done.
is good, we don't need any more? Or are we saying,
which one is
this, I don't want any more?
It's not just for Precipice, because we'll often see games that have sequels you don't need. And you've played something, sometimes, well, most of them will say, yes, we want more, like The Witcher.
Yeah.
Or as something you say, no, please don't make any more.
I don't know, that's not my, if I like something, I always want more.
Yeah, you know what? And the reality is that if I don't like something, as a person who makes things, I think that almost nothing is beyond repair. Even if I see something that's just ruinously busted, my mind is set to work almost immediately trying to repair it.
Yeah, how many times have you written aliens, colonial marines in your head?
Yeah, it's happened a couple times. A second. Thanks, man. Our final question?
Hi, little pressures, but for the final question.
Out of the park, man. I'm ready.
I want to say you guys are great. It's my first PAX. You guys are better than a stand-up show. In fact, this was cheaper than the last time I went to a stand-up show.
There we go.
Thank you.
Value.
But the person I'm most interested in here is Koo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a mysterious figure.
And I just want to know, other than the motorcycle thing, what was the question you went to Koo about and you thought he was going to kill you over?
Oh, well,
That's happened.
Not
Definitely made him
mad.
mad. We went to him about the pot strips before we posted them.
Oh yeah. We say, hey, yeah, we're transforming our entire website into a long-form meditation about pot. And we thought that was going to be a huge concern.
No, he was fine with that.
He's like, yeah, okay. I thought for sure this was going to be a substantial problem. But no, it makes me wonder what we have to do to get his attention.
Yeah, honestly, there's, besides the motorcycle, like, outside of, me possibly dying, there's very few things with the comic that, he cares. Like if we piss people off or say something controversial, he doesn't, he lets us do what we want to do.
Yeah, he's no stranger to those calls.
Yeah, he just won't let me get on a motorcycle.
I was hoping for an entertaining story to go with it.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
What?
Have you got one?
So when we started doing the Kickstarter, okay, that's real talk. When we started doing the Kickstarter for Penny Arcade, the one where we're going to remove ads, we had to come up with all these stretch goals, right? Like, well, what if we hit 600,000? What if we hit 700,000? What are we going to do? And I had suggested that, up around the $1 million mark, if we get that much, we would bring Dick Wolves back. But then, if we got to like 1.2, we would take it away. Robert did not think that was as funny.
We told him it was like a perpetual motion money machine, and he didn't.
Yeah, we're like, they'll just keep battling each other.
He was not a taker.
Our business ideas are not always the best.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you. I think
Thank you
that's
very
all of our
much.
questions, yeah.